Your operations are the heartbeat to your business. I created this podcast to help you balance your childlike innovation with parent-like efficiency. Welcome to Daily Ops Boost. Yo, what's up, crew? Welcome back to another Daily Ops Boost. We are rolling in these episodes right now. It feels good. It feels good to do something consistently, right? And you guys, let me tell you that wherever you're listening in from, whatever business that you are building, consistency is always key. Okay, consistency has to happen. And I promise, if you are someone that has the mindset, if you have the grit to continually put the effort in day after day, you will build something great, and you guys will have a product or a service that will flourish on a daily basis. But that's not what we're talking about today. This is episode 10 of Daily Ops Boost. We are jumping into operations, baby, as usual, right? Daily Ops Boost. That's what we talk about here. And I have a best friend inside of my business, and as an operator, and it's a little thing called the OPIP. I got my friend Adam sitting across from me. He's smiling right now because he knows the power of the OPIP, and we learned this from a mentor way back when we used to fly out to Dallas. I think I mentioned this in another podcast, but we used to fly out to Dallas. He taught us something called the OPACP, the one-page attack and conquer plan. We rebranded it a little bit. We changed some things. We call it the one-page impact plan now. And essentially what this one-page plan does, and it's been one of my best friends in business for the last 6 years now, as I've been deploying one-page impact plans with my agency, with my consulting team, right? We do this every 30 days. Every single month we do a one-page impact plan. And if you guys have ever read the book like Traction by Gino Wickman, or Scaling Up by Vern Harnish, right? These guys have plans inside of the books that they'll lay out. Hey, like, here's kind of like what the objectives are. Here's what our business stands for. All that good stuff. That's very similar to what we do. But the one thing that I want to point out, like, and the specific thing is that is my best friend when it comes to building businesses, is the impact list or the priority list. Some people call them objectives and key results, OKRs, right? But essentially what it is a list of the most important items that we can push forward in a business on a daily basis. And I highly recommend, if you guys don't have a list of items that you work off of every 30 days, you don't collaborate as a team on the most important things that you can push forward as a business, you need to start doing it. Because after 30 days, your team becomes misaligned. It just happens, okay? You run out of things to do, or you complete the objectives that you set out for yourself, and all of a sudden the team starts to become misaligned, right? So setting these, I call them like 30-day sprints, where we're going after, anywhere from like 30 to 40 objectives across the entire team of really big action items that are going to revolve around three main things. And I talk about this a lot in some of my other content. Thank you so much for listening to Daily Ops Boost. We really appreciate your attention on this podcast. Go follow me over on Instagram. We post a ton of video content over there that is going to be valuable to your agency operations. So head over there, go follow me. It'll take 2 seconds. Appreciate you. But the first thing being revenue generating items. If it doesn't generate revenue, chances are it's not going to be on our list of things to do. Okay, so it has to be able to generate revenue. The second piece is going to be around retaining revenue. Okay, so revenue retention just meaning like, hey, how do we keep clients in our ecosystem? How do we make sure that, if we have a high churn rate, how do we bring our churn rate down? How do we make sure that our lifetime value, our LTV, continues to expand with our clients? And then the third thing being revenue expansion. Okay, so revenue generation, revenue retention, and then revenue expansion. Expansion just meaning, how can we take clients who are currently in our ecosystem, they're being serviced under our umbrella, how do we expand revenue with them internally, right? How do we take them from paying, say, a 5K contract into a 10K, and a 10K maybe into a 20K? How can we start stacking maybe new services in? How can we upsell them into another service that is already existing that they might not have or they might need later on? So if it doesn't revolve around those three specific activities, then chances are we just don't do it, okay? And the reason that we do this is that the goal of business is one of two things, right? It's one, to grow, right? Like, I don't think anyone is listening to this podcast and thinking, yeah, I like my business where it's at. I think we'll keep it here, right? Maybe there's a couple, but for the majority of us, we're looking to grow. And so if we don't focus on items that generate new revenue, expand revenue, or retain revenue, then we're going to have a really hard time being able to grow a business. And then, of course, the other thing is profitability, right? We want to make sure that we run a profitable business. And when we focus on building and growing the business, then hopefully we'll be a profitable business as well, because you got to have some revenue to bring in some profit, right? And obviously there's more that plays into the profit side of things, but that's kind of been my best friend inside of operations is having a list of items to work off of every 30 days that are revolving around increasing the revenue of the business and keeping people actually accountable to those items, assigning them the responsibility that they need in order for us to hit whatever our KPIs are, our projections, and our goals for our team. So that's all I got for you guys today. Create your impact list, super important. Okay, get your team aligned, start sprinting through the month, and increase your revenue. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Thank you so much for listening to Daily Ops Boost. We really appreciate your attention on this podcast. Go follow me over on Instagram. We post a ton of video content over there that is going to be valuable to your agency operations. So head over there, go follow me. It'll take 2 seconds. Appreciate you.